What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we're returning to Moon Colony as we continue our coverage of Mobile Suit Moon Gundam. Last time, we met our protagonist Jutta, who was told about the outside world. He is constantly getting in trouble for playing with the taboo machines. Outside of the colony, Amado destroyed the Psycho Gundam Mark IV, and its head crashed into Moon. This time, we will see the battle continue with Theta Plus and the Zeon Remnants. So let's get into this. The Gundam head begins glowing. The Light Tribe soldiers believe that it is cursed. Last time, Moon was hit by a second impact. It happened to be a few of the Psycho Gundam Mark IV's Psycho Plates. Meanwhile, in space, the Atalante 3 is getting bombarded. Zeta Plus goes into G-Fortress mode. Its speed is incredible. It continues attacking, then transforming into G-Fortress mode and flying away. Agos notices that Princess Minevazabi is watching from a window and tells the crew to get her to safety. They don't know where Theta Plus is shooting from. It locks onto Atalante 3, but Agos and the Varguil comes in with the beam tomahawk. Theta Plus moves out of the way and shoots the Atalante 3. Agos is concerned that it hit the princess, but she is okay. The Gundam comes from behind and they fight with their beam sabers. She tells him to watch his surroundings before transforming and retreating. They begin entering the debris field. Their ship has sustained damage to the engines and are currently just drifting. In front of them is a Klopp-class ship, the Varguils. The Klopp-class ship is a space cruiser that is essentially a mini version of the Rakailoom class ship. Yutta's grandfather goes to get Jutta, who is climbing on the ceiling of his jail cell. He has been in jail longer than his two friends, and his time is up. Yutta's grandfather escorts him to a ship. He shows great interest. From above is Renault, who asks Jutta if he would like to see the outside world. He decides to make him a part of the tribe warriors. Renault gives a speech to his warriors, who now include Jutta and his friends. They are about to commit a taboo act by stepping on board a spaceship, but they must reach to the outside world in order to survive. The warriors make their departure. Saki watches as they leave. She is mad at Jutta for becoming a warrior so early, but her auntie tells her that Renault must have a plan for them. Jutta and the gang do a spacewalk. They are all afraid, with the exception of Jutta. He looks out to Moon and is amazed that humans can make something so grand. Inside the ship, Yutta's grandfather is mad that Renault decided to bring Jutta with them on this mission of desperation, as he puts it. Renault says that he is interested in the outside world, so why not? The grandfather notes that this was also an ideology preached during the French Revolution of the old times. A future that will one day achieve a sort of utopia. This desire goes directly against the teaching of the Light Tribe, which preaches harmony with nature. Renault mentions that Raimel, the leader of Arts, said something similar. He flashes back to the tribe of Arts, which is the disease-riddled people that we visited on the outskirts in the last episode. One thing I didn't mention last time is that the Gundam head is responding to Jutta. Raimel tells him that Jutta may be the key to synchronizing with the machines and could be the trump card that may be needed by Moon in these changing times. Raimel wants to avoid repeating the same tragedy that befell Lady Rosara. Theta Plus makes its way back to the Klopp-class ship. The pilot, Saphira Gardner, wants to go back for a second sortie, but Captain Lauro says the rest of the team has taken heavy damage and they need to work as a team. He blames the damage on her since she goes off on her own and doesn't do any support. Even though she has been assigned to the newly formed Londo Bell, it doesn't mean she can ignore her duties to Varguils. Saphira sits on the captain's lap and says she has been a bad girl. Nice. She whispers into the captain's ear that she is looking for Char and asks if he could help her. Never fall for kawaii nonsense. It's a trap. The Atalante 3 is in the debris field around some dummy asteroids. Captain Gennaro goes to talk to Minerva, who is looking out into space. The captain is telling her everything is alright, but she says she has lived on Axis for the majority of her life and can handle the bad news that she knows he is lying about. The captain tells her that even he doesn't understand, but it seems the Atalante crew was chosen to accompany her. The engines are dead and they won't be able to be fixed unless they dock somewhere. He also tells Minerva that there may be a mole leaking information, so they have to be careful. Meanwhile, Saphira plays the waiting game as she waits out the crew in the debris. The Light Tribe is trying to get a signal out, but it is no use. Grandpa teaches the team of what Minovsky particles are and how they can ruin radar systems. Meanwhile, one of the kids asks about medicine. No one really understands it, but they know that there are people on the outside that will come and help if they reach out. While they are talking, Jutta notices a light flickering. He notes that it isn't isn't a star, and it must be a ship. One of the boys, Mauno, is assigned to do a spacewalk and send out a flare when he sees a light. He is afraid, but is forced to do it even though Jutta really wants to be the one. At that same time, Minerva escapes from Adelante 3 and does a spacewalk of her own. Mounta fires the flare gun. The Adelante crew notices the flare and they think they are made, so they jump into action. The RS Jarja and the Gazas launch and the Adelante 3 breaks through the dummy asteroids. Saphira in the Theta Plus was just waiting in the debris as well, but she also makes her move. Since none of the Light Tribe members know what medicine is, everyone is like that one meme going, "Is this a medicine?" Jutta recognizes it as a light of war. He jumps out of the shuttle to go to Mauna. He tries to pull him back to the shuttle, but the Varguil rushes past really fast, cutting Mauna's tether to the ship. He begins drifting out into space. Saphira isn't really trying to engage with the Xeon remnants, but she is annoyed and uses her beam rifle, shooting towards the ship. Captain Janara goes to grab Minerva doing a spacewalk when the Theta Plus's beam blast skims the ship, causing Minerva to be flung out into space. As she drifts out into space, she remembers when Haman once told her that if she died, that means an end to the future revival of Xeon. She thinks in her head, maybe it is better this way. She then hears someone say, "Don't give up," but it isn't for her. She is hearing Jutta yelling out to his grandfather for letting his father die of some sickness. She follows the voice and lets it guide her to Jutta. Agos notices his Psychomo system is picking up psycho waves outside of the mobile suit, and they are very strong. Back on Moon, the Gundam head and the psycho plates stuck into the outside of the colony begin glowing. The captain still can't believe that Saphira is trying to find Char. He launches a mobile suit team to go and help her out. The two GM3s launch along with the GM3 powered. The RGM-76RF GM3 powered is a modified version of the GM3 designed for veteran pilots. It has a new composite sensor built into its head. The name powered comes from its buff-looking upper body. This unit is a hand-to-hand and melee combat beast. It is equipped with Vulcans, a beam shield, a beam rifle with a 2.8 megawatt output, and a shield made of titanium ceramic composite. A beam blasts through one of the dummy balloons and hits the Adelante 3. Mauna wants to go out to save Jutta, but his grandfather decides to go out with his jetpack. Mauna says that they could still hear him from that direction. He is a little bit confused by that statement. Old types. Renault wonders why the old man is going out during a battle, and they might not be able to save either of them now. Jutta can see some of Minerva's memories, but he also sees the head of the Gundam. Suddenly, a hand reaches out to him. It is the Varguil. The head is heavily damaged, and it looks like a demon to Jutta. Algos gets out thinking that he just picked up Minerva, but realizes that it is someone else. He wonders why Jutta has an archaic spacesuit. Agos gives him a beacon, thinking that he is a drifter, and tells him he will come pick him up after he finds someone. Jutta says that he may know where the girl is. Agos wonders how he knows. As Saphira is fighting, she notices his teammates coming in to help her, but she isn't happy about it. Jutta gets into the mobile suit with Agos. He tells him that she is that way. Agos says, "Yeah, this is space and your directions are meaningless." Jutta grabs the thrusters and moves the mobile suit forward. He says that Jutta has great instincts and says he must be good with a petite mobile. Agos tells him that Minerva is their future. As the two strike up a conversation, GMs come in to help Theta Plus and begin attacking the Varguil. Agos is mad that the funnels are useless. He tells Jutta that he is going to open the hatch and that he should jump out and get into contact with his team to help find the princess. He doesn't believe that he is going to survive this battle, but Jutta tells him not to give up. He grabs the thruster once again. The Gundam head on Moon begins glowing. Suddenly, with the help of Jutta, the Varguil's funnels launch. And that will do it for this episode. Based on how the Light Tribe warriors function, it is amazing that Sarasa was able to make it back to Moon when she left the colony during Double Zeta. What I'm trying to say is that they're idiots. However, we are starting to see that even Space Amish have the abilities to produce new types. I am starting to also see how this was once a part of the original concept for Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn. Next episode, we will see Jutta pilot a mobile suit. The Light Tribe warriors meet with the Xeon remnants, and Minerva heads to Moon. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember, when giving out directions in space, pointing isn't really helpful. Peace.